What's up, guys? This week's episode is from Morocco, a food paradise in northern Africa. In this episode, we're taking you for the top 25 Moroccan street foods. From the high Atlas Mountains to the Sahara Desert, this country has some seriously delicious food. Enjoy the episode.
Thank you.
Fulfill the taste of the...
Okay, so moving right along, we've come to a juice shop for Zaa Zaa, this is called, and it's this crazy concoction. There's like a Oreo cookie on top, some banana, pineapple, strawberries, and then it's like an avocado smoothie, and apparently it tastes better if I wear this hat. So let's try it out. Oh, it's very green. Oh man, I love avocado. It's just like pure avocado with quite a bit of sugar. It's almost like a milkshake or something. Try the strawberry. This thing is deluxe. Oh, there's all kinds of things hiding underneath there. There's more fruit, there's flan, there's all kinds of different nuts and stuff in there. It's full of stuff. Very sweet. Also, I love the door. Where'd my hat go? Medfouna is also known as Berber pizza or Amadzir pizza. It's very similar, but it's actually kind of like a stuffed bread. We have two different fillings. One is purely vegetarian, well actually with a little bit of boiled eggs, but only vegetables. And the other one has beef fat, onions, and lots of spices inside of both of them. And he's laying out one sheet of dough and then topping it with the filling and then covering it with another sheet of dough and then clamping it closed, flattening it out so it's about the size of a pizza, and then it's going straight in the oven. And Medfouna is a quintessential dish of the Sahara. You have to try when you're visiting here, and it looks really good. I've heard a lot of good things, so I'm excited to try it out.
This is the vegetarian.
Smells so good.
Wow. Alright, here goes. Just like a pizza.
Pizza style.
Cheers.
Yeah. Still hot.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Seriously. Awesome.
That is spectacular. That has a ton of different spices in there. It's absolutely delicious. It's even juicy because of the fat that was mixed inside. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how good this is.
So we just watched him prepare the coolest cup of tea I think I've ever seen. The only place that I can think that this reminds me of is when we were in Bethlehem. We visited a guy named Sammy, and he made a similar type of tea with all kinds of different herbs. But this one is just packed to the brim. Look at this, it's completely stuffed full with herbs. So there's sage, there's verbenum, there's all kinds of mint, there's all kinds of things that I'm not remembering, but it just smells so good, and sugar as well. He served it also in this like metal thing so you don't burn your hand. Let me try it out. Wow. Whoa. Sweet, slightly bitter, very earthy and herbal. There's just so much flavor. It's very strong. There's barely like any water in it. It's just completely herbs. Wow.
Here's what we're having.
We are at the most amazing looking pickle stall. He's got all kinds of different olives, all kinds of different pickles of every color and flavor. And we just ordered up this beautiful cocktail of pickles. And if you guys know me, I love pickles. So we've actually got pickled eggplant and potato, and then beets and beet juice. So a little bit of pickled beet juice. I don't think I've ever had pickled potato or pickled eggplant, so that's gonna be a first. Let's try the eggplant. It's not very strong actually. Just so soft, slightly pickled, just very, very slightly acidic, but you can actually still taste the sweetness of the eggplant. And then look at this. This is the potato. It literally feels like it's been boiled. It's so soft, but it's just been pickled. Try it. Again, really good. He put a little bit of that harissa on top too. So it's got a little bit of a spiciness. You guys taste that pickle juice too. Yum. Yeah, a little bit sweet too. Wow, that is really good. A pickle cocktail right in the streets of Morocco. We've stopped at one of the snail stalls. So snails are a very popular thing here in Morocco. These snails for the last few days have been fed only flour. So they've kind of flushed out their system and they're served in a nice broth here. And let me pull this guy out. Look at that. Wow. All right, let's try. Oh yeah, that was good. The flavor of that broth is incredible. There's so many spices and herbs mixed into that broth. It is super powerful flavor. And then the snail itself doesn't have much. It's an interesting sort of like chewy and creamy texture because it's been fed that flour. So the insides are a little bit smooth, but then chewy on the outside. Really good. Look at all these snails. Some of them are huge, and then some of them are pretty small. But one thing I definitely want to do is just try some of this broth. Woo!
Yeah.
That will wake you up.
Kicking it, yeah.
Yeah, that is super, super strong. There is a lot of flavor packed into that soup.
كاين موجود.
So it doesn't get much fresher than this. This is probably only out of the udder for 30 seconds now, and it actually feels like a little bit warm. Camel milk, first time I've ever tried it. Let's try it. Yum. It doesn't have much different of a taste than cow's milk. It's just got definitely more creaminess going on. I'm sure there's a lot of fat in there. It's super nutritious, and it's a little bit sweet actually. That's really good. It's like room temperature, maybe a little bit warmer. Wow, interesting. No weird flavors at all. Just tastes like regular milk, just a little bit creamier.
What are you doing?
So I've got this big stick here, and we are at a stall that is serving Bissara, which is like a broad bean soup, and this is used to stir it. Think. He just gave me this and told me to start stirring. Oh yeah, look at how thick this is in here. Oh man, it is seriously creamy. It's like a paste almost. Smells really good. It smells kind of like fool. It's very similar to fool. Oh man. We have our Bissara. This shop is so cool. It's really, really tiny, but very popular with the locals. And you can see it's covered in a huge layer of olive oil, of course. You can see that thick fava bean or broad bean mash underneath here. And then I've been told that I should add some of this garlic with more olive oil. So I'll go a little light because I'm not sure how strong this stuff's gonna be. And there's also cumin and chili. I'll add a little bit of both, not too much. There, that should be good. And let me mix this up a little bit. This smells incredible. That cumin smells so good. And that garlic too. Oh man, that is incredible. The garlic, the cumin, the chili, it all works so well together, but my favorite part is definitely the texture. It's somewhere between like a watery soup and a paste. It's a very nice texture. And then with all that olive oil, of course, as well. That is so good. That's perfect for breakfast. Very, very good for breakfast. That chili's not too spicy. It's nice and hearty though. Look at this. Oh man, that's so good.
Shukran. This is Chebakia, and this is a treat from FES, but it's also similar to jalebi. Similar concept. Let's give this one a try. Oh wow, that is sticky. Oh yeah, this is a sweet lover's paradise. Okay, our next treat is called brewat, and this is a phyllo dough, sort of triangle, that has almonds stuffed inside. It has been fried, covered in honey and cinnamon. Oh wow. Yep. What I love about that is that fruity taste from the almond. That is amazing.
So we've got couscous on the menu today, a very traditional form, the classic Amadzir version, and the matriarch here is preparing it for us.
Beautiful. Shukran.
Okay, all right. This looks stunning. And some tea. Really nice, mint tea. We have our couscous, and look how deluxe this is. This is chicken, beef, tons of different vegetables, and the couscous looks so fluffy.
Those are beetroots, carrots, pumpkin. This is turnip.
All right, I'm going in for the bite of the turnip. A couple other vegetables like pumpkin, carrot. Oh wow, that tastes amazing. Oh, it's a little spicy as well. She's got a ton of different spices in that broth that she sprinkled on top. The turnip and the other vegetables basically just disintegrate in your mouth. They're so tender. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice looking fish.
Yeah.
He he started by rubbing a little bit of a rosemary blend on top, and then on the inside he put the ras el hanout, the Moroccan spice mix, and also some salt, and then covered it in oil, olive oil, and then wrapped it up in aluminum foil and put it on the barbecue. And we're just waiting for it to cook. Our trout has arrived. This looks so nice, and you definitely got to put a little bit of lemon on top, of course. And I think I'm just gonna go in straight with the fork. Try it as is. Grab some of that meat. I'll try to peel it off the bones if I can. There we go. There we go. I might even use my fingers. Yeah. And I'm gonna dip it in this harissa over here, which is a chili, Moroccan chili spicy sauce. Let's try. Wow. That is incredible. Yeah. It's actually full of spices and flavor. It's a little bit salty. The meat is extremely succulent and moist. And then with the harissa, it kind of kicks the heat level up, the spiciness. And it tastes buttery, but he didn't put any butter in it. He just put oil in it. But that is, so, like, look at how much meat is on this. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the thickness of that trout. Wow. And tastes really good quality. I mean, farming with all high quality natural spring water. Oh, it's really hot. Let's go for another dip. This harissa is a must with it. That is incredibly good. Yum.
We have come to this little stall here for a cow and lamb head sandwich. You can see the skulls just sitting here. It's pretty gnarly looking, and then the meat is just steaming away in little chunks. And what you do is you make it into this sandwich, and it has been seasoned with cumin and chili, and this man's been nice enough to serve me one. Shukran. Let's try it out. Very chewy, seasoned really nicely. Cumin and chili peppers, perfect for this style of sandwich. And yeah, you can see that is very gelatinous and quite chunky, but it is good.
Just about everything comes in bread here in Morocco, including steamed lamb and cow head. Let's give it a try. Head sandwich. Actually, it's really good. It's really fatty. I love the cumin. Yum. Shukran. Thank you. What do I? Oh.
We have come to a really cool lunch place that is serving up all these different type of meat skewers. So right here, I've got a lamb and beef minced, chicken, liver and fat, and then on the table there's different salads, the lubia beans, and then the bread, and there's a special way we can put everything together, so Mohammed's gonna show us.
Right, so we're gonna make this again, another like little hearty sandwich. Yeah, with just the quarter to taste just the minced beef. Do a little dip in smen.
Little dip in the smen. So this is kind of like a clarified butter. Yeah. It's a specialty of Marrakesh, you were saying.
It's aged in salted butter.
Okay.
I will take one skewer, put it inside.
Perfect.
Okay, maybe not enough, so another one.
Load it up.
Why not?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow, that smen adds kind of like a juiciness. It just kind of coats the bread, and then those little minced meat. That tastes so good. It's so smoky. Yeah. What do you think?
And also tender and soft. Like the cooking is on point.
Very good.
Nougat.
Yeah.
Nougat loose. Japan.
Yep. Shukran. Shukran. So we are at a very interesting stall right now for another traditional candy, Halwa Mulhedris. I hope I am saying that right. This stall is one of the most famous and oldest in Fez selling this traditional kind of candy, almost like a halwa or a nougat. And we have a couple different kinds. They're all handmade. I've got almonds, peanuts, all here, pretty natural, all handmade and hand cut. So this is actually quite light in flavor, really crunchy from those almonds, but not too sweet. Anyone can eat something like this and enjoy it. That's really good. The next kind we're gonna try is the peanuts, and this stall's really interesting because he actually supplies the whole Medina with this kind of halwa. So yeah, he's like the original guy. Yep. So natural tasting. That was really good.
So right on the side of one of these streets, there's a man selling something called Kalinté, and this is it right here. It's like a chickpea pie. So it's mixed with some eggs, and then he put a little bit of cumin on top too. And this is seriously street food. He's set up right in front of the blue door. Let's give it a try. It's very soft, creamy the whole way through. It's almost got a cheesy likeness to it too. A lot of cumin on top, and there's not a whole lot of flavor. It's not overly salty, definitely not sweet. It's pretty good though, just simple. We're gonna do a little taste test of some of the oysters that they have fresh here. Thank you. Okay, I got a fresh oyster with a little bit of lemon juice. Oh man, that was good. So fresh. A little sweet actually. Sour from that lemon.
Cheers. Let's enjoy this.
So fresh.
Super fresh. Wow, delicious.
Yeah, more please.
We are at a lunch restaurant now, and let me introduce to you what we have on the table. So here we have these fried sardines. They're very fresh and very hot. Over here we have makuda, which is a mashed potato ball that has been battered and fried. We have a very spicy sauce here called harissa, and then over here we have fried pepper and then eggplant as well. So I think this is gonna be good, and there's a very special way to eat these sardines, and Mohammed's gonna show us how to do that.
So this is a quick way to have an express lunch. So you just put whatever you like in some piece of bread. So basically those are two sardines stuck together with some filling inside. So we need to take this little stamp out, and as you can see there is some filling inside, like little spices mix, like parsley, coriander, some sweet paprika.
Oh, that looks good.
So I will put everything in. I will also put one makuda down and sprinkle with some good harissa. Then I will do a little like mix of the smush of everything, and you have the honor.
Okay, thank
bite
you.
into it.
So that looks insane, and I think you made an extra spicy version. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, you loaded that up with the spice. Instantly, it is super spicy, but the sauce tastes so good. And then the potato, the makuda, is very crunchy, but soft inside. And then that sardine is super fresh. There's no seafood flavor at all. Just a nice crunch when you bite into that sandwich. This is a hearty sandwich. Very good.
Yeah.
So we just walked in the kitchen to find out what we're having for dinner, and it's a very traditional Fez style dish of stuffed beef spleen. So there's minced beef meat, and some liver, all kinds of different spices. There's some eggs, some olives, and then she's gonna mix it all together and actually stuff it into the spleen, and then it bakes for about an hour, hour and a half. But I've definitely never heard of this dish, so I'm interested to try it out. So the spleen has been stuffed, and it took way more to fill that thing than I thought it was going to, and she's sewing it up closed now. This honestly looks like some kind of mad scientist experiment or something, but I'm assured that this is a traditional FES dish. So interesting. I've never seen anything quite like this. All right, let's try. I think I gotta go for some of the filling and some of the spleen. Yeah, oh yeah, I got a big piece here.
Yeah, very interesting.
The spleen is a little chewy, but the inside is very soft.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this chicken tagine. I'm gonna move some of these potatoes away so we can see what's going on underneath here. There's like some chicken hiding in here. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh man, it is smoking hot. Wow. And that chicken is on the bone. Peel a little bit of that off. Get one of these potatoes and some of that sauce. Let's try that. Oh man. That is so good too, wow. That might be my favorite thing so far of the day. Those potatoes are so soft, the chicken's so tender. And then the mixture of spices in there is very unique. It's a very like Moroccan blend. I don't think I've ever tasted quite the taste of this before. And then cooking it in the tagine definitely infuses some of that flavor. A little bit smoky and a little bit spicy. That is good. We're sitting down for breakfast. We have a huge spread, and there's a couple special dishes and some more typical Moroccan breakfast dishes, but there's one right in the middle here that I'm looking forward to trying.
This one is an omelette with khlir, the preserved meat.
Okay, yeah, so this meat here is beef, and it's preserved and it's fat, and then made into an omelet. And then we have, of course, 100 different other things. Okay, let's go in for this. I'm gonna get a little bit of that egg yolk, and then some of the meat here. Oh. And it's just cooked right in that fat that it's been preserved in, so there's no added butter or anything.
How's that taste?
Really good. That's awesome.
You were afraid about that.
When Andrew Zimmern came here, this was something he said that he could not eat. He didn't like the flavor, but honestly, it tastes amazing. It's quite salty. And it tastes buttery, but it's just all that fat. And then the eggs are completely covered in all of the fat, and the meat is a little jerky-like, but it's actually a little bit more tender than I thought it was gonna be. Wow, that is really good, actually. I don't know what Andrew Zimmern was thinking.
We are in a tiny little alleyway and we are stopped for lunch, and we're trying a little bit of chicken with noodles as well as camel back fat. So this will be a first for us.
So this is the camel back fat, which I've heard is almost like a cream. Oh man. Yeah, this is gonna definitely be my first time ever having camel before. Check that out. Wow. It just melts in your mouth, creamy. Oily. Kind of tastes like beef fat. There's no gaminess really. And it's so soft because it's been steamed. Ah, really good actually. Really, really good. Let's try some of the meat. Which one's the camel meat?
Like the reddish one.
This one?
Yeah, this
Okay.
one will be camel.
Okay. All right, let's get some of this camel meat here. Very, very soft too. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, this is the camel fat. وهذا
This is the camel meat. Oh, beef. Oh.
This is the camel tongue.
Camel tongue. Oh, wow.
Yeah. وهذا this is camel tongue too.
This is camel tongue too? This one's beef or?
Beef. This is
Beef. Oh, okay. Let's try some of the camel.
Yeah, everything is cooked with steamed with spices.
Steamed with spices, yes. So this is actually a piece of the camel tongue. So we don't have any of the like actual meat, but just the tongue and the fat. So camel tongue. I'm gonna go for a dip in the tomato sauce here. I'm really interested to try this. I don't know what it's gonna taste like. Tastes like roast beef. It really doesn't even taste like a tongue at all. It's super tender. All the spices going on in there. 30 spices. And then that tart tomato sauce. That really tastes like roast beef. There's no camel flavor to it. At least I don't know what camel tastes like. It just tastes like beef to me. That's really good. We are sitting down now at one of the many restaurants outside of the fish market, right on the side of the street, and we have a true Moroccan seafood feast. This all looks so good. Let me introduce everything. First, we just have some sauteed shrimp with bay leaves, garlic, all kinds of herbs and spices. Back here, this is a crab salad with avocado. Looks really good. This is our grilled sea bass with oregano and thyme, lots of cumin as well. Butterfly cut over here. These are the salt grilled sardines. We've got some side dishes. This is the eggplant, and then we've got the Moroccan salad. And then back here we have our fried calamari squid, deep fried and breaded. This all looks just so good. I gotta dig in, I am starving. Let's start with some of these shrimp. I've peeled off the shell, let's try. You can taste that garlic in there. Super soft, a little bit sweet and salty. Oh, that's good. And those bay leaves too, very like herbal and almost earthy. All right, let's try this crab salad next. Gonna go in with a little bit of bread, and there's avocado in here, which is really interesting. Lots of crab, look at that. That is smooth, wow. The crab and the avocado honestly have the same texture. It's coated in lime juice, so it's a little bit acidic. And then that crab is very sweet. I think a little bit of black pepper in there too. Next up is the sea bass. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lime juice on here and then just go in with my fingers. Oh man, that is so soft. Wow, meaty fish. Oh man, really good. I don't know if I've ever had seafood with cumin on it. It's really interesting. It's kind of a strong spice, but it does work well with the fish. But that oregano and thyme is nice and fresh with it too. That's good. And next is the calamari. More lime juice, of course. Let's try one of these little guys. Crunchy on the outside, bouncy texture on the inside. Nice and fried, not oily, with the lemon juice. That's awesome, or the lime juice. Man, this is all so good. Last but not least, the sardines. Just peel back some of their skin here and go for this meat underneath. Whew, those are smoking hot. Let's try that. Oh yeah, very salty from that salted crust on the outside being grilled. A little bit smoky. A stronger seafood flavor than the sea bass for sure, but really, really good. So it is pomegranate season here in Morocco. This stall has a ton of pomegranates and they are selling pomegranate juice, fresh pomegranate juice, just squeezed. Let's try it. Ooh, yeah, that is sour. Nothing added, no sugar added. That is so good though. Super refreshing. Here you go, Mohammed.
Thank you so much. Very good.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Spices deep.
Human? So we got some of the camel meat ground with a bunch of different spices, some herbs, and it's a really, really red, muscular looking meat. As you can imagine, these things are huge. Looks good.
Nice.
Shukran, thank you. We have the final product right here. There are these little camel kebabs covered with a little bit of chili and packed full of tons of herbs, and of course I've got bread. So I'm gonna take a little piece of bread and then grab a piece of, oh, it's super soft and very juicy feeling. And then we've got the harissa, which is the kind of, oh, I dropped my whole thing in there. It's okay, I'll grab it right out. It's a spicy sauce, spicy chili sauce. Let's try that. It's gonna be spicy, I think. That is super, super good. Yum. That is surprisingly juicy. It's just completely gushing with camel juices, and it's really, really smoky. It's a little bit spicy with the harissa, but it's not as spicy as some of the other ones we've tried in Morocco. We've got a little friend over here that really wants some camel. You want some camel? Mohammed and I are sitting down now. It's just about time to start eating, and we have a beautiful pastilla, the royal pie here. You can see she's topped it with tons of almond flakes and sprinkled also hot honey on top of this. It just looks incredibly delicious, and you can see that crispy phyllo dough. Okay, well, I gotta try this pastilla first, and you can see those super crispy layers. Try not to break any of those. Look at that, that is absolutely gorgeous. Put it on my plate here. You can see the layers of the chicken and those caramelized onions and the almond paste that's in there too. Wow, look at that, that is beautiful. Let me try this. Oh man.
It's nice.
Wow. Okay, now I understand why this is called the royal pie. Super, super flaky. It's sweet and salty, of course. That honey is not overpowering though, because all those savory elements come through, and then those caramelized onions, almond flakes. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Our chicken is so tender on the inside. This is just phenomenal. Wow. Crispy, soft, chewy, everything. We are at our final stop of the day. This restaurant's called Chez Lamine Haj Mustafa, very popular restaurant. The owner and chef of this restaurant used to be a cook for the royal family, and then he started this restaurant. So earlier today we had the Moroccan famous Tagine, but this place is serving tangia, which is sort of like the wife or the female version of the Tagine. So you can see right here, this is the pot that is cooked in. So it's actually cooked underground, and they seal the top, let it sit in the ashes for several hours, and then it's finished. So over here we have it. This is the beef version. You can also get mutton. We got beef, and you can see just all of that meat covered in spices, and it is like ridiculously tender, fall apart. We've also got bone with some bone marrow, and this definitely needs to be eaten with bread. So let me grab some of this. I'm just gonna dig right in. This looks so good. Oh man, that is super, super tender. And get some of that oil. Look at that. That is beautiful. Wow. Wow. That is exquisite. Absolutely delicious. Instantly, the first flavor that hits my mouth is the flavor of those preserved lemons. So earlier we saw those pickled lemons, and they really come through in this dish, a little bit sour and very citrusy flavored. And then the oiliness and tenderness of that beef is just melt in your mouth. There's so many different spices going on there, I can't even begin to name them all. This is just absolutely beautiful. There's so much meat here. You can order it per weight, so you can order, you know, I think this is a 1/4 kilo, and you can go as much as you want. Oh man, look at that, that is beautiful. Oh wow.
Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this style of video, these compilations of street food across the world. I'm thinking about doing a couple more, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.